Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see the some practical part now. Okay. First, we have to make some idea before we do this one. The first one is how to create a domain controller or how to install a domain controller. So a domain controller is not application. It is not anything. Just it's we have to install certain service in our server. Then it become a domain controller. So first of all, important is server name. So make sure what server name you have to put it. So I want to put my server name is WinS1. My server name is WinS1. I want to change it to WinS1. Then server should have a static IP address. A static IP address. So what IP address I should want to put it? Here I am giving 172.16.0.254. Why 254 is like the IP address starting is 172.16. This one. I took this network. Usually, the first one is network ID. We know that one. So people who are not there, like Prerna is not attend our networking classes. Still no problem. Just follow thing. Guys, you can take any IP address, but my suggestion is don't take 192 series. Here, don't take 192 series. But you can take any series, no problem. But don't take 192 series. In our because we are using virtual machine now, there is a one conflict will occur. So that's a don't take it. So I'm taking this network ID, and this is the first IP address. Normally this is the first IP. Okay, first IP valid IP address. Normally, first IP address will give a IP of the router. Generally, like if you check your IP address, your default router, default gateway. Okay, so default gateway. So the router address, it means it's a default gateway is your first IP address in the network only. Even if you check your normal network, the first IP address, this is the one is your default gateway. Whatever the first three, leave it. The first one represent your default gateway. This is by default, like it's a hobby. So and next is for a host. Next is for a regular host and all. This is for router. So normally in any general network, the first is given to the default gateway, router IP address. Remaining 2, 3, 4 will continuously giving. Okay. Mm. The last IP address of this network is this is usually broadcast ID. This is a class B, right? So this is a broadcast ID. The last but one is a last IP address, last valid IP address. In between, there is so many IP addresses are there. Okay, this is a continuous big list is there, almost like a 16,000 IP addresses we are getting. So 65,000 IP addresses we are getting. But think like I have a limited number of IP addresses. Think okay, we have a limited number of hosts. Okay, for example, I have 100 hosts are there. So why should I use up to here? I use this one as a last. This is not a last one. This is the last one, last valid IP. But this is the I am using this one. Why? Because of no one will expect to give IP address like a 254. So normally in a PC, either it is a dynamic way or a static way. You can give 2, 3, 4, 100, 200 like that, 100, 101, 102, 103 like that only, right? But no one will expect this one. So no disturbance. Conflict won't occur if you are using the last IP addresses for a servers. Okay, so conflict won't occur. Next, never use dynamic IP address. It means automatic IP addresses, don't use it. Use always static IP address. Next planning is what is my domain name? What is my domain name? So this string will go here. Okay. So next one is what is my domain name? So I want to give my domain name is contoso.com. You can give anything like prerna.com or maybe pune.com, google.com, facebook.com. Anyway, we are disconnect from the network is there, internet is not there. We are using all local network only, so we don't use our system external network in this practical. So the conflicts will occur, that's why we are not using. Okay, next. So remaining thing we'll go for a planning. Okay, so this is the planning and what to do here. You have to install ADDS. After that one, ADDS role we have to install, and then after installation it will ask do you want to promote this server as a domain controller. Promote this server as domain controller. Okay, so then we have to go to that option, then it is start wizard. Okay, if there is a wizard will start, and then we have to choose one by one options. So in the wizard we have to say our domain name, means it's a root domain, we have to go to root domain, then we have to there we have to specify contoso.com, then next, then we have to make sure that DNS is check or not. So without a DNS there is no domain controller, no waste of domain controller, so we must have a DNS. Okay, so this is a few things. Once it is done, automatically it restarts. Once it is restarted, we'll go to the other steps like adding a so we are written right, so add a client to domain, then create a OU and create a user and login. So these are the practical. Okay, so this is look like a lot of steps, but actually if you do, it is around 15 to 30 minutes maximum practical part, but while explanation it will take time. So first only, but I want to start not with the part. So first I want to go to WinC1. This is my client. I want to show you a few things in the client PC. So one is how to change computer name, and there is another options are there, that is work group and domain membership. So I will show you that option also. Member of work group and domain. So okay, so that options is there, member of domain or a number of work group will be there. So we'll show you. It's a by default work group is work group. So then we have to change the domain later. So first once I show this one, then we'll see that. Okay, and before this one also, again before this one. Okay, network is important. Make sure that both should be in a same network. Both should be in a same network, means physically and logically. It means IP address and the network connection also should be in the same. Normally we are put everything into VMnet 0. Now we are going to change VMnet 0 from VMnet 1. VMnet 1. Guys, remember I don't have VMnet 1, I have VMnet 2. So when I said VMnet 2 means for you it is a VMnet 1. So first we'll do these changes, and then we'll change this one. So we'll change this one to, and we also change this one, and we'll fix the IP address in a both the side. So WinS and also I'll put IP address here I am using 192.16.0.10. Okay. Mm, okay. So this is my IP address. So first we have to set both the things. So part one of the practical, then I will show you. This will take a 10-15 minutes. So first we'll see carefully. The first thing is our virtual machines, right? So this is my um, virtual machine. Okay, so I'm closing this one. So I have a two machines. This is a WinC1, this is WinC2. Okay, okay, WinC1 and WinS1. So two are there. So I'm going to WinS1 first. Okay, and I have to go to, sorry, yeah, my PC, my personal PC magnifier only. So it's totally become a slower version. See, it is how much time is it? Magnifier. See the virtual machine setting, because we are working on VMware, so you must know the settings here. Okay, so first I'm going to VM. This is WinC1. I've opened VMC1, and first I'm going to VM settings, VM and settings. It will be open. So yeah, it is open. It is a network adapter custom VMnet 0. I'm changing to VMnet 2. It shows host only. It shows host only. Why I don't have VMnet 1? Because I bind into some my physical adapter, so that's why it is VMnet 1 is also busy. So I VMnet 2. For you it is VMnet 1. For you VMnet 1 only, because you don't have a VMnet 2. We have VMnet 1, so use a VMnet 1 only. Click OK. So what you do? Go to network adapter. It's already in VMnet 0. Change it to custom VMnet 1. I'm selecting 2. You select 1. Okay. Now it is a VMnet 2. Okay. Click OK. Next. This is a WinS1. Select WinS1. Again, go to VM settings, custom. So go to network adapter, custom, VMnet 0. Select VMnet 2. Okay. So if you want to get practical successful, as I said, do like this. Okay. So go to network adapter, VMnet 2 means VMnet 1 for you. For me, it is VMnet 2. Okay. Next. So these two are in a now VMnet 2 only. Okay. Both are in a VMnet 2 only. Okay. If you have a doubt, then you can see in the bottom of the screen like this one. If you go, this is showing VMnet 2. Compulsory, both are in a same network. Okay. Next. Next. Go to ncpa.cpl. You know already what is ncpa.cpl. Go to ncpa.cpl. It will lead directly to change adapter setting option. It's like you are selected already same, so we can see. I will want to show you VMnet 2. This is a VMnet 2 is enabled. Make sure it is enabled. Okay, that's it. Enable is enough. So nothing to do it. Anything inside. Okay, something is there, but leave it. So currently, just it is enabled. That's it. This is like if it is showing like this is a disabled. This is enabled. Okay, this is enabled. And close this one. And go come back here. Go to edit. Go to edit in a VMware workstation. Go to edit. Virtual network editor. Virtual network editor. Click here. It will open. So there is a few columns will come up like. So select VMnet 1. Select VMnet 1. It will show enable like this. Can you see enable here? Same thing. It will show enable here in your PC. So what you do if it is showing enable? So come to change settings. Come to change settings. Click on change settings. Click S. Click S. If it is not showing on your screen, maybe. So click S. Minimize your VMware. Okay. If it is visible, okay. Otherwise, minimize your VMware. Select your VMnet 1. I'm doing with VMnet 2, means your VMnet 1. Select your VMnet 1. Make sure it is connected host only. It is in host only. And there is a check mark on this one. There is a check mark here. There is a check mark. So uncheck this one. Okay. There is a check mark here. Uncheck this one. So you don't get a DHCP service from VMware. VMware is also give you a IP address. So we don't want that one. Okay. So first is a check mark is there. Second, no check mark. Remember. So VMnet 1 here. Select a VMnet 1 host only, and first box is selected, and then the second box it is In a second box it is uncheck this one. Okay, uncheck this one, so make sure like it will be there. Okay, click on apply and okay, click on apply and okay. It will take little bit time because it's changing the configuration, so it will check the configuration and then make sure that DHCP enable no more. DHCP, under DHCP enable is no more, it is empty. Okay, it's showing connected, make sure it is showing connected, no more, and nothing is here, and host only. Okay, okay. So for both the machines, okay, click OK. Finally it is done. For both the machines I change the network, both are in a VMnet 1. Okay, now I'm in a client PC. Here I want to change the computer name, so I'm selecting full screen mode. Okay, okay. Windows 10 computer name we can change from the settings also, but I want to show you a traditional way. Open any folder or explorer directly, like you can click on here, you can open it. Okay, so go to this PC, click on this PC, right click on this PC, then go to properties. Okay, so if you want don't see that, I can see it properly. I open this PC. Okay, so go to this PC. Okay, right click on this PC, properties. Right click on this PC, go to properties. That's it. I'll show you a common and traditional way. Means like any Windows you use it, no problem. So you can get the control panel system. Like you can go to control panel and system. You can go. Can you see this is a computer name? This is the computer name. Okay, in a same system, you can see the computer name. And this is change settings. Computer name, change setting. Work group is work group. Work group is work group. Okay, so I'm going to change the name. Okay, how to change the name? Okay, how to change the name? So click on change. So I click on change settings here under name. I click on change settings, computer name, and go to change. You know, a lot of people, even we said 5 times, 10 times also, people try to change the name here. But read it. It is not name. It is a description. It is a description. Just read it. Already I told you. So you don't require a lot of material. Just if you look at a lot of things, you will learn. Basic things you will learn first of all. Cognizant won't want to check like you should know the rocket science kind of stuff. They'll check your basic knowledge. Understand basic knowledge. Basic knowledge means the simplest things, not required how you configure Jenkins pipeline. So I never seen that question in interviews also. Okay, so that much they want. What is Jenkins? They will ask. What is CI by CD? Like they will ask maybe. What is server? They will ask. So what is a VPN server? They may ask. How do you configure VPN server? They don't ask. Okay, what is certification service? So they don't ask that kind of stuff. Like it's more. What is certificate? Maybe they will ask. Like so the simple thing. So that's why to learn simple thing, read it carefully. So computer description, it's a description only. You can see example kitchen computer, mayor's computer, like that. But actual name is changed from here. We can read to rename this computer or change its domain or work group. Click change. Click change. Click change. So this is a computer name. So what is the computer name? I want to put it Win C1. Of course, that is a CTS hyphen is there, but that is only for VM purpose only. See here, I want to put a only Win C1 only. So for our understanding, you can use small letters or a cap letters, no problem. So if I put cap letters, its visibility is good. I think it is visible for you. Computer name Win C1. Can you see member of domain and work group? And there is a more. More means if you want to give DNS prefix, you can give it, but currently we don't have any DNS. Member of domain and work group. It is already in work group. it is already in work group. Keep it in work group only, because we don't have a domain. We don't have a domain yet. We don't have a domain. If you don't have a domain, how can you member of that domain? So simply to understand domain also, it's like a party, like a political party. Okay. So like if you are in a particular domain, so that is you are in that particular party only. Okay. If party is not there, then how can you join inside? So understand that one. So domain is not there. So once domain is created, then you can able to join into domain. So currently I am changing computer name only. Click OK. Okay. So it is asking for restart. Okay. Click close. It will ask for restart now. So just click on restart now. Let it restart itself. Okay. So that is I change the computer name for my client. I didn't give an IP address. I will give you IP address later. Okay. Next, I came to the server. I came to server. If you see, it is a server. Okay. Winners one. Okay. Now if you see the server, it is asking alt control delete to unlock. But how to unlock it? Alt control insert function with function key, because we are using laptop, right? So alt control insert. So I'm logging. My password is administrator password is admin@123. Why admin@123? So commonly I don't forget that one. So it's login to my PC. So it will take time to display something. So once it is login, automatically it will open the server manager. Automatically it will open the server manager. So it will open the server manager first. So already I've written my own configuration in my notepad. So like that you have to follow the notepad thing only. Okay. So server manager is open. Meanwhile my Windows 10 is also get restart. Okay. Let it open. So guys, I'm saying like server practicals are very simple, but we should understand step by step what steps we are done in here in a server, what steps we are doing in a client, what we are, again what observations we have to do in a server, what we have to do in a client. Like that we have to separate everything, what IP address, names, server, and what client. Like that we have to separate it. So it loading the data what is there inside. So let it load, let it is going on. It will take time. Meantime, I will tell this is a server manager dashboard, and this is a refresh button. If you change anything, your change won't occur immediately. So you have to refresh. So then change will show here. Otherwise, it will refresh itself for every 10 seconds. Sorry, 10 minutes. If you want to change that one, you can change it by like click help. Okay, so you can go to about server manager. Then okay, to say about server manager. So this is our waste. So I think yeah, server manager properties. Manage server manager properties. See, it is when you start your PC automatically it will open. If you don't like it, then you have to select this one. Every 10 minutes it's going to be refresh. If you want to reduce the time, you can reduce it. Like every minute you have to refresh, or every 2 minutes you want to refresh. That you can change it, or you don't like it, but don't click it. Okay, manually you can refresh it. And also we have a manage to add a multiple servers. You want to add a roles and features, we can use the first option. You want to remove the roles and features, we can use the second option. You want to add multiple server, means with the one single server manager we can manage multiple servers. Remember, one single server manager manage multiple servers from here. Okay, you can create a group wise also, like one enterprise having a multiple servers, not only domain controllers. I'm saying it is different type of servers are there. tools. Usually once install anything from the role or a feature from here, so we can install from, we can use the tools to use that one. For example, you can see event your disk cleanup, disk fragmentation, like this. Okay. Okay, this is a local server. I'm clicking on local server. So first point is we have to change the computer name and IP address also. But this is still in unknown. Let it load. It will take time. So it is showing something like that. Okay, so but I'm going to change the computer name only first. Then I will change the IP address. So click on computer name. So you can see the computer name. Click it. Automatically the system properties box is open. This is server. Go to change. Go to change. Click on change. And this is my server name. It is showing here. I can't remember that one, right? So that's why I'm changing it. Better to change first only before you doing domain. Okay. And still we don't have a domain, so we can't put it into domain part. It should be in work group only. It should be on work group. So if you want to make any server as a domain controller, initially it should be in domain controller, then only it is a member of domain. Automatically it become a member of domain, but initially it should be in a work group only. Click OK. So I change the computer name. Just click OK. I didn't done anything here extra. So now my computer name is WinS1. Close. It is asking for restart. Restart now. So first part completed. I change the computer name for both PCs. Okay. Now I'm going to client PC. This is my C1. My local account only. I'm not in domain. That's it is still showing like this. My password is Vedic@123. Guys, if you are given a different name, so write down now only the username and password side. If you got any problem, just connect me. I will solve. But if you don't know what is your local username and password, I can't do anything. You should note down your computer name, what computer name you given, what IP address you are given, what username it is there, and what is the password for that one. Okay, there are a lot of issues will get it. Okay, just by mistake it will happen. No, how much time it will take to 2 GB RAM? It will take less time only. So for my client, what IP I want to give, so I will give. To take client or server. This is a client, so you have to make sure that it's a client. Okay. Okay, no problem. So then I'm going to ncpa.cpl. You know that one, right? Go to run ncpa.cpl. Click OK. Okay, how to give IP address here. So details. I'm getting some IP address. I will explain that one why IP address. Go to properties. Go to properties, which is become slow already. We are okay. Properties. Then it will open properties. Click on IPv4. Click here only. Don't go to this place. Just click it. Make sure it is check mark. IPv4. Click here. Go to properties. Okay, there is a properties button. Go to properties. use following IP address. Use following IP address. 1 second, close. IPv4 properties. Use following IP address. Select the second one. Select the second one. I'm giving IP address. I'm giving 10 and press the tab button. Automatically you will get your subnet mask. Understand your how you can able to give IP address manually. Select the second one, give the IP address, press the tab button, you will get a subnet mask. If in case you have a different subnet mask, then you have to change the subnet mask. If you want to use a default subnet mask, use it. Why I'm getting 255 255 0.0, because it's a class B. Okay, that's it. So we will come to this point again. I will come, we will come, but currently up to here. Okay, we'll come back to this preferred DNS, and we don't have any router here, so we don't worry about default gateway. Leave it. So we have to give this one server IP address we should give, but I will tell you why we should give. Okay, then we'll configure. I'm keeping like this only, so I'm not closing that one, so I will come back to that one. So my server is restarted. I'm going back, admin@123. So still I'm have administrator. So remember the screens, so how it is look like. Automatically to open the server manager. If you see the bottom of the screen also, like you can identify the difference between IPv4 and IPv6. Sorry. Server and client. Okay. If you still have a problem, then to differentiate between a server and client, we can change the background also. So I'm going to local server. Wait, let it load. So can you see Ethernet 0? This one. This is Ethernet 0. This one. This is automatical IP address. So I click on here. Automatically it will open this one. See, it open. So you can see details. You'll get again IP address 169 series. Okay. Go to properties. Unselect IPv6. Okay. Unselect IPv6. Unselect IPv6. Then go to IPv4. Okay. Uncheck the IPv6 thing and go to IPv4 and make sure IPv4 should be selected and IPv6 unselected, IPv4 selected. Go to properties. Next, use following IP address 192.168. Sorry. 172.16.0.253 and tab. So I plan for this IP. So I given this one. You can give any IP address. Okay, you can give any kind of IP address. You don't need to follow 172 series only. Any IP address you can give, no problem, but make sure that last is 254. That's it. And note down your what IP address you are giving. And we don't have any router, so I'm not giving this one default gateway. And next, prefer DNS has to give, but I didn't give in, but I will give you. I will give there. So we'll come back to that point after short explanation. So both side I give an IP address. Okay. So here I close this one. Later I will open and refresh. It here automatically shows your IP address. Now I'm in server, right? So make sure that server and client should communicate each other. I open CMD ping 172.16.0.10. So I'm trying to ping my client. So my client can be ping. Very good. See, pinging is possible. I can able to communicate it to client. So the communication is good. From client to server also we should communicate. So from client to server also we should do it. that we will do it later. Okay, so that will do. Okay, now we are in a server part, right? So here, guys, I shared this one, so I'm going to new one. Okay, here understand few things. This is my domain controller. This is my domain controller. So it has a role called ADDS. Domain controller won't work alone. It need a DNS server. Without a DNS, it won't work. So I have a DNS server. Okay. And now next is the client. Okay. Client, we don't give for a client, for this is a client PC. Okay. We don't give address. We are adding to the domain controller, but it is only works with the names. We don't have an IP address. If you want to get IP, you should take it from the DNS address only. We should take it from the DNS address only. For example, this is a 1.100. This is 1.53. Just IP address only. This client IP is a 1.10. So everybody can able to communicate, right? So everybody can able to communicate because all are in same network. Okay. The question is, I want to assign here an IP address, subnet mask, default gateway. So remember, IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, and prefer DNS. So I should give my DNS address is a DNS server address. Okay, here I given already 1.10. So just for example, I'm not typing entirely. So subnet mask is already there. Default gateway I'm not giving anything, but I have to give prefer DNS. Otherwise, I can't communicate with server. I can't communicate with the server. So what IP I should give? Anybody? I should give prefer DNS, means DNS server IP address. What IP I should give? Guys, what IP I should give? Answer. Tell me something. What happened, guys? What IP I should give here? Tell me some answer. There is a three IP address are there. Please tell me anything.
One dot 110, sir. 100. 1.100.
1.100. Good. Anybody? Any other answers? Which one is DNS server? This one or this one? Which one is DNS server? 1.100 is a DNS server or 1.53 is a DNS server?
1.53 is a DNS.
Yeah, so then we have to give DNS server
1.50.
53 only. Good. Okay. Okay, so here this is a domain control, right? For this one also DNS is this one only. Okay, so this is a scenario, but there is a problem because we are not using separate servers. This is a server and this is a server. We are not using two servers here. We are using single server only. We are using single server for both ADDS and DNS. Then definitely a problem. If you understand this concept, you will understand next concept, because next concept is little trick. Here I given, for example, 1.254. What happened? So 1.254 is a IP address. Okay. Next, this is my ADDS and as well as DNS also here. Both are having both ADDS and DNS. Both are in a same server only. I can't offer the multiple servers for each individual. Plus there is a benefits if both are in a same. It is a beneficial. Okay, both are in a same. It is a beneficial. So I have ADDS and DNS in a same server. Now tell me what is my DNS server. Now tell me what is my DNS server.
Sir, same only 1.254
Very good.
because it is in the same server.
Yes.
Both the servers are in the same domain. Or sir.
Both are in a, for this PC, this is a DNS server anyway because we have only one DNS server. That too, it is in a ADDS. We both ADDS and DNS in a same server only. So obviously, the server IP address is a DNS server IP. Okay, and also for itself, for itself, for this server also, the server IP is a DNS server for itself because ADDS also required a DNS, right? So for itself, the preferred DNS is this server IP address only. So this is a DNS server. Just simply think this is a DNS server, and what is the DNS server IP address? Server IP address only. So this is a server IP, and for this one also, this is server IP. This configuration we have to do it. Okay. So I'm going to again server. Click here on the IP. Open properties. IPv4 properties. Then give in the server because it's we are going to install DNS here. So DNS server address is same as IP address. Same IP I'm using. Same thing. So no change. Like where is this? One second, guys. Yeah. Okay, you can see this one. I give an IP address and prefer DNS same only. Same only. This is server. Server IP. Server. Close. Close. Okay. So this is server I given. Now I'm going to the client. In a client also. For client, what is the IP address? For a preferred DNS. So what is the IP address I have to give? 172.16.0 server IP address only I have to give. So this is a my client IP address. This is the server IP address. My server is a DNS server itself. That's why preferred DNS server is a 254 only. Okay, so this is the IP setting. Once we complete it, so the pre part is completed first. Names are changed, IP address is changed, and make sure both are communicating each other. Okay, so better to close everything unnecessary thing. Okay, so this is the pre before you install the part. Okay,